Hi, Sam.
Hello.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Scooch right up on that microphone for me. So
You can slide it back too.
yeah, it's easier. Tell us some really new and exciting things are happening.
Yes.
And so you have.
I want to know about the name Shift Point. Why Shift Point?
Why not Shift Point?
There's got to be a story behind it.
I know. Yeah. No. So, obviously, Shift Point is where you're changing gears.
Yeah.
When you're training your company, you are changing gears, shifting the way that you do things.
Yeah, for sure.
So, when you come on board with Shift Point, that's what you're doing. You're making a decision to make a change.
Right. And so tell us who you're going to be training.
So right now, I am training client service representatives and service advisors.
Okay.
And we are currently developing technician training.
Okay.
So don't worry, I'm not teaching anyone how to work on a car. Technician training being communication, documentation.
Oh, wow.
That is a big missing link in
Okay.
shops, but it's super important.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
that is in development. And we are also working on shop owners and management.
Okay.
So my dad, Tom,
Mm-hmm.
will be doing owner manager training.
Right.
I will be doing the team members.
Yeah. Well, so you don't know this, but I have been pushing him for years
Yes.
and saying, hey, I really think you should do this. I really think this would be a good idea. And he just says, And so I'm glad you finally just didn't give him an option anymore and kicked him right into gear.
Yeah. I just did it myself.
Right, right. I love it. So, you have been what I consider one of the top tier advisors in the whole country, right? And what I think so interesting about you is I've watched you work, and there's a lot of things that we learn as service advisors, we learn as CSRs, but we very rarely implement all of them, right? What I mean is so I get in front of a client and I'm pressured and I have this thing going on and I forget to get this one piece of information, or I forget to get, a contact piece of information, or I forget to say the thing I'm supposed to say because I'm dealing with the thing. And I've watched you time after time after time. You're always very consistent. And you don't let the pressure of the situation change how you operate.
What are you doing? Watching video over? When are you seeing this?
I've been in the shop quite a few times.
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't believe any of it. I think he's just making all of it up.
No,
How are you getting around AI?
What do you mean?
Like, we had a whole conversation. Who was it with? Was it Mike Allen?
No, it wasn't Mike Allen.
It was Mike Allen. So I said at some
Mike Allen. I
point,
can't remember.
almost every position in the shop is going to get replaced by AI, except for technicians, because they got to fix the cars.
Yeah, maybe it was Mike
I know. Anyway, even if we have robots, the robots are only going to be able to do certain parts of the operations. Maybe take the wheels off, put the wheels back on, just anything that's straightforward. But anything that requires some kind of dynamic variable has to have some kind of human intervention. But things like communication, writing it up, even selling, I don't call any customers. So we just send a link.
Could you imagine that? Could you seriously imagine wouldn't that feel super weird?
Now I get
take it and
I get
send
that's antithetical to your business model. I get that, but you should at least consider it and think, okay, well, what's my rebuttal to that, right? Because I, for example, and this is what I was telling Mike Allen, I don't call ever for pizza orders. If I have to call, I don't use you ever. I just avoid it altogether. I don't want to have to call. And communication with a hotel, I text because they send a little thing in there. I don't want to talk to anybody at all. That's how I run my shop. I don't want to talk to you. And so, why is everyone weirded out by that?
Start a podcast where we talk to people for a living at this point. So, I don't know what to say.
That's not the same thing.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. And so we just send the link, right? We try to get as much information filled out up front by the in the intake form, right? And then they drop off the cars. We prefer that you drop off for 4 hours. We don't even want to see you. Like the car just shows up. And I tell them, like, I've got this giant metal box by the front door. Just throw your key in there. You don't have to fill anything out because you filled it out online. We'll match the card to the person. That's it. And we get that all day long. Like, we don't even see the customer. We then send the link with the DVI, and then we send the estimate. They approve. The only thing we do to call is to take the parts deposit. We say, hey, thanks for the approvals. We appreciate it. Your parts deposit is $821.52. I can take that whenever you're ready, and your car will be ready on Thursday.
You don't just send
Friday at the
Why
latest.
not just send a deposit link?
Yeah, you can send a deposit link. Why wouldn't you just do that?
So the whole I have the recording of them giving me the number. Like I've got the voice, and we like
Yeah, but if you
Miss
type
Smith.
that in, you are guaranteed not to win the chargeback.
No, that's not true because I can send the voice recording of them giving it to me.
The credit card company refuses to listen to it. I went through that. They will not use that. They refuse to listen to it.
That's your credit card company. My credit card company cares.
That was MasterCard. It's not the processor. It's that the card the card issuer cannot use that as evidence. You could use it in civil court, but they will not use a recorded call as evidence when it comes to.
Well, then I'll use it in civil court. That's my point. I'll have something. I have something, so I take the recording because I don't want it until they get around the. Well, we capture IP address and we force them to do XYZ in order to like quadruple authorize the credit card transaction. Until they do something like that, I don't want to send them the link. But I will move to that the minute they're like, hey, we locked this thing down. It's one step better than taking it over the phone.
You don't even want to see them for 5 minutes so they can come in person and pay their deposit. That takes all of that out of play.
If they have to come down, then that just puts another like variable.
If a client is coming in the shop, David is leaving.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I'm not even there. I'm saying that I'm not. It's just like it delays the process. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've got hey, you really have to come down. It's like, well, I get off of work at 5, so I guess I'll be down at 5:30 to pay. Okay, that's going to delay me ordering parts because I'm not going to order jack until I get that parts deposit.
Since Juan is really the one doing all this, is it possible that none of this actually happens? This is all just theoretical.
No, this absolutely happens. You know what doesn't happen when I'm there is I don't take the parts deposit because I don't want to talk to the customer, so I never call them. And because I don't take the parts deposit, then I order the parts show up or whatever, and he's like, did you get a parts deposit? And I said, no, I don't want to call a customer. And he's like, ah. And then here's what happens. You're like, why would you take a parts deposit? Because if they don't have skin in the game, they don't pick the fucking car up. It just sits there for a week. The car's done. And now I just gonna be like a dick and be like, hey, it's $25 a day. Every day you don't come pick up your car. Blah, 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 blah. I avoid all that. And I take the parts deposit, profit and all, up front. And like, hey, you've already sunk $1,000 into this car. You owe me another $750. Just come pick up the car. Anyway, so we take a parts deposit. Also, if the car sits on the shop and in the shop for a week because we just didn't get around to it, I still collected some money. That happens too. Mm-hmm. So my point is like, how are you going to get around like AI and decide, well, I don't know. I was giving her time to come up with an answer. I don't know. She was giving me crazy eyes. Huh?
I had my answer.
Okay.
Anyways.
What is it?
So everything I focus on is relationship-based selling. You don't care about this. You don't like this. I get to know my clients.
Yeah.
So our conversation from the first phone call, text message, email, visit to the shop.
Yeah.
You don't have visits to the shop. Is what do you want out of your vehicle?
Right.
Do you even like this car? Or is a $200 bill going to cause you to trade it in?
Yeah.
Their wants, their needs, their goals, learning about them. We want all of that because knowing that, getting that relationship established up front It also allows them to get to know us because we had a conversation more than 2 minutes of, drop your car off this time. Bye.
Well, so here's the thing is like years ago, and I've talked about it already in a recent episode, but I talked about where I taught that class on micro mistakes and like how they build up. Right. Old boy over here gets so wound up and so upset because these things happen with clients, right? But if he started there and he understood.
I have zero issues with clients. You know what the problem is? Fucking car. That's what it is. The car's a piece of shit. And that's all it is. It's the car. Here's the thing. I collect $1,000, okay? I collect $1,000. And when that car leaves, it's the same thing with the podcast. We take money from sponsors. I want the sponsors to get fantastic value. I want them to be overjoyed that they're spending money with us, okay? Same thing with my customers in the shop. I want them overjoyed. I want them driving away in their car thinking they got a brand new car. Now, I understand they didn't get a brand new car. They spent $800 on brakes, right? But I want them to feel like, man, this car rides better because I just spent money on it. That's how I want them to feel like. It's entirely psychological. I didn't do anything other than slap some brakes on it. But I want them to feel like it. Now, if they drive away and there's a tick, I didn't hear the tick before the car came in. The tick maybe wasn't even there. But we fixed something that just exposed the tick. For example, we fixed the exhaust leak. We fixed the exhaust leak, and now you can hear the fucking engine tick. That or the and you're like, was that there? It's like, I don't know. All I could hear was before because it had an exhaust leak. That's all you could hear.
But if you get on the phone and communicate with your client, you can educate them.
No, I get that. And absolutely, we get on the phone and we're like, customer. We can't do all that because we have to.
If you did that to me on the phone, I would be offended, but I'm just saying.
That's what we do. At that point, you have to get on the phone and be like, hey, Mr. Customer, we took it on a test drive. Here's what happened. Would you like us to look into it? What do you want to do? This, that, and the other. All of that happens. I'm annoyed that I have to do it. Because I just want to be able to fix the car and the customer leave and they'd be happy with it and everything was cool, smooth, whatever. But because the variable of the car exists, I'm annoyed by it. Quit saying that so-and-so happens with the customer. The customer's not the problem. It's the fucking car.
Why do you own a shop if you don't like cars?
You're like the
if I don't like cars
this week.
I hate cars.
Yeah.
I hate them. I hate them so much. I'm just waiting for the moment. I'm waiting for the moment that they outlaw the car. Listen. It's the only reason why I would have voted for Biden, because I know they wanted to mandate electric cars for everybody by 2035. And eventually it was all going to be Chinese-made, autonomous vehicles. We were all going to get in our pods and we were going to eat the bugs and we were going to like it. Everybody in autonomous vehicles, autonomous electric cars. No accidents. No accidents.
Horse and buggy. Horse and buggy. That's what you need.
You should move
I
to
feel like
Lancaster.
even the horse and buggy would like. Same thing. Hey, why am I hearing the squeak as I go over these bumps? It's not the horse.
You better hope it's not. So, where I was going with that when I was so rudely interrupted was that if you understood what the client wanted to achieve with the car by having a solid conversation with them prior to...
Why can't that be taken in the intake form?
Because it's not the same. There's nuance in the conversation. You have to ask the question. You have to, because you can hear these little variables in their voice, which you don't get. I get it. I mean, I think it's the TISM. I'm not sure. But like...
Look, there's a larger and larger percentage of the population that's got some degree of TISM in there. So you got to assume that they're not going to be able to communicate it with the nuances. I'm not going to pick it up because of the TISM. So you got two TISMs going at it with each other, not picking any of these cues up, where if I put it on a form going, how much do you like this car? I love it. I hate it. I can't wait to get rid of it, or whatever, some kind of degree in there. They can just check the box. And now I know.
You're not going to get a real answer from that because they don't understand why. Why are you asking them those questions? I can explain that on the phone if they seem confused or I get pushback or I sense that they're not comfortable with it. I can pick up on that and I can explain why we're doing that and how it benefits them. And
Now add in the variable of having TISM. Now have me do it.
I think you're beyond repair.
So how he's talking right now, this is how he speaks to clients.
Yeah.
Okay. So like,
No, this one that goes stupid. This when the customers start acting stupid, and I got a dad voice in.
Swear to God, we're riding down the road one time, and this customer calls and he's talking about his car dripping oil. This dude explained in a
It's entirely my tech's fault because I had given him new clips. I said, "Hey, when we put oil cooler lines in these ship boxes, we buy new connectors. If you don't install the connector and you reuse the connector, guess what happens? The stupid oil cooler line pops out under 80 psi of pressure, and then oil gets sprayed absolutely everywhere. Guess what happened to numbnuts? You put the little thing in there, and I go, did you use the new clips? We got new clips. It's Chris, by the way. It doesn't work for me anymore. Yeah. If it's on the ticket, it's on your shelf. That's why we get new clips. So this doesn't happen. Now we tell the customer, hey, there's oil everywhere on this thing now. We took it to the car wash and we hosed it down, but I'm sorry. There's going to be some left over, and it's going to like wiggle itself out, and it's going to hit the exhaust, and there's going to be smoke, and it might be like a week or two before all of the smoke and all the oil like goes away. Do you understand? 5 minutes later, I get the flipping phone call. Why am I seeing smoke?
Did you document it on the
invoice?
invoice?
Of course. Everything is documented. Do you think they read any of the things that we write in
No,
there?
they don't. But
They don't read a goddamn thing. And then I get snarky. As noted in the inspection, ma'am. That's what I write back. As noted in the inspection, your ship box is effed. I can't fix it.
So there's a restaurant, and they're typically in beach towns. There's one in Myrtle Beach, and it's called Dick's.
Crabby Dicks.
Yep, and they
Dick's
put,
Last Resort. That's what it's called.
they
Dick's
put
Last
these
Resort.
they
Yeah.
put these hats on you, and they make fun of you. And they do this because like people need to be made fun of from time to time, right?
Yes. They need to be bullied a little bit.
Do you think that would work in automotive repair?
Well, it must, because people still come to your shop. So I'm just telling you, like
That's only occasionally. I'm going to look up who I said as noted in the inspection because she pissed me off. She did. I was
I
back and
don't
forth.
even want to see your auto flow. Oh my God,
What?
Oh, that-
What's wrong with the auto flow?
I'm sure that somewhere in there is a list of people who have complaints, and I can't do it.
Ain't nobody in here with complaints. Get out of here.
I don't necessarily.
Anyways, when I do my discovery conversation,
Yes.
I don't even have to ask some of the questions at this point. I just ask one question and then I just get word vomit in response.
Yeah.
And we have the customer notes and we have the vehicle notes
Yeah.
in Shopware. And I can put, okay, this is relevant to this client. This is relevant to their vehicle. But no matter who works on the vehicle next, whether it's technician A or C or which advisor works with them, all that information is there. The discovery conversation does not have to be had again, and
But
everything's documented.
You're very good at that, right? The problem is, I'm not, and I forget, and then I'm like, "Oops."
That's a softball. What do you think she's going to say? Well, that's why we have this training program that I've got.
I'm
Look
just
at all the
telling you,
stickers I got. Like, come on.
That's why I give you stickers and mints.
Yes.
The mint's good.
No,
Are they
10
really?
out of 10 mints.
they are so strong. My
Huh?
entire showroom.
Oh, you got your own.
Yeah, you did get your own. My entire showroom, my whole office still smells like mint.
Smells.
Like 2.5 weeks later, I opened up the little tote that I have everything in downstairs at the trade show.
They are really
So
good.
obnoxiously strong, but
They are good.
and they're stars.
Yes. He's not a star.
I should have got
enough. Maybe if he eats enough of them,
maybe.
you should have given him
Keep
some with
eating
like
those.
the middle finger, like some of
I
those.
wish they had those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone should make those.
So, where did you get your training? I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask.
So Rick White with 180 Biz is who we learned a lot of our business and workflow processes from. But even beyond Rick, going to training shows like STX and Tools. And I mean, I'll be at Ratchet and Wrench in October. I was there last year because of my dad. But going to those training events, even if you don't 100% agree with the instructor, their processes, their ideals, there are still little pieces of gold that you can pull out and implement into your own shop and your own processes. And so, yes, Rick was a huge factor in how I got to where I am. But,
and then you refined that. And I see that refinement. You know, there's a couple instances where I think back, because you bring up the training thing, and hey, if I don't even agree with everything they say or anything they say. I went to a training class one time, and in that training class, there was a discussion where the lady was talking about, hey, you want to do a DVI, and really the whole hope is to find one thing on that DVI and get them to drop the car off. I don't care if they're waiting. I don't care if they're this. I don't care if they're that. And so the idea was that, and she talks about going in and firing a service advisor because it was 4:00. And that service advisor had told somebody that they could not get an oil change that day because the shop was full. And so she goes out, she hears this, she fires the service advisor, she goes outside, grabs the man, pulls him back in and says, I'm so sorry, we'll definitely get your oil changed, because she wanted to find just the one thing to get him to drop the car off. And I'm thinking that's antithetical to who I am. And so for the longest time, I avoided training classes from people that I didn't think believed what I believed. But now I'm learning, like, hey, if I go to those training classes, I pick up things that help me reaffirm why I do what I do and why do I want to be different than the other guys. Like,
he's being nice to you. What he really means is I go to the class, I hear something, and then I get on the podcast and talk crap about that trainer for forever. That lady, he has told that story like 16 times. Every single time just talks absolute dog crap on her. That's what he's really doing.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying.
Are you going to talk badly about me after Super Saturday?
Absolutely not.
Did you do Super Saturday?
I'm going to do Super Saturday.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course,
when is Super Saturday?
November.
Here?
No.
At this window?
No.
That was not nice.
Well,
it's not here.
Just I laughed. What's wrong with the Wyndham?
Have you heard my story yet?
No.
I got in.
I've heard all of my technician stories, though.
They have stories.
I got in and I realized, I'm like, man, the window's busted out of my room. Whatever. And then I'm like, it smells like soured milk in here. And then I started taking my clothes out of my suitcase and I laid them down on the thing and they stick to the dresser. And I'm like, and then I'm going in the bathroom and there's toothpaste spit all over the front of the counter, and the toilet's not been clean. I'm like, whatever. I've been in far worse places. This is an upgrade from some. We're cool. Whatever. And then I sat down in my little chair. And as I sit down in the chair, I look over and I'm like, that could be strawberry jam, but I don't think it's strawberry jam. And so I call the front desk, and this is what's alarming about it. I call the front desk and I said, hey, I think there might be blood on the chair in my room. And he said, oh, yes. I'll send someone right away. And he hung up. And my God, she was there in minutes. And she walked right over to where the blood was and she's wiped it up real quick. And I was like, she knew that was there. Something's happened in this room. It's fine. It's fine. I've not had the guts to take the sheets off the bed to look to see
It isn't anything bad. The last couple just got rambunctious in there. That's all.
We had somebody get stabbed in one of our cabins once. They went to the family tourist attraction. She bought him a knife in the family tourist attraction. That night, another woman texted him on the telephone. He was asleep. She hears the phone vibrate, opens the phone, sees that it's this other woman that evidently he's had a relationship with, stabs him 4 times while he's asleep, does not wake him up first, right?
Well, why would you?
Right. And then, we all wake up.
Give the man a chance.
No, he doesn't deserve a chance.
And so I will like wake up and there's all of this law enforcement and all these ambulances and fire trucks and there's blood everywhere. And I'm like, this couldn't be good. This is bad. Poor dude got taken to the hospital.
Did he die?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No.
So it wasn't murder. It was just stabbing.
It was attempted murder because it was bad enough that like I don't think
It could have just been assault.
No, he didn't walk again. So like she like evidently found the right spot and like kind of twisted.
Well,
the knife
okay, but she can claim I was just trying to maim him. I wasn't trying to kill him.
Is that a defense in court?
I have no clue. I've never been charged with murder.
Murder.
Attempted murder. I don't know.
My wife worked at a Fairfield Inn, and this guy came in, and this guy was he was a little she said he was a little off. Anyway, he takes off. This little town, it's nothing but chain restaurants and bars. That's it. That's what's in this town. Anyway, the guy took off for some bars. He came back with this woman, and they were drunk, and they're like giggling, and this, that, and the other. And she's like, this isn't going to be good. Anyway, the next day, they go into the hotel room where he had stayed, and there was apparently chocolate whipped cream just absolutely everywhere. All of the sheets, the walls, the chairs, just everywhere. There you go.
Are you
So
sure
maybe it was
whipped
strawberry jam, is what I'm saying.
cream? All right. I've seen strawberry jam before, bro. This was not
If
strawberry
it was
jam.
blood, it's biohazard. Like she needed to take it a little bit more seriously than let me go and wipe that up for you. By the
Yeah.
way, my window's busted too.
I didn't stay here. I traveled back and forth.
You made your technician stay here?
Okay, I was like, okay, I have a 2-year-old and my husband's off work this weekend. I'm going to travel back and forth.
How far is it?
An hour.
Really?
I had to leave before she woke up and I got home after she went to bed. Why didn't I stay here? But it's okay because I got to sleep in my own bed.
Yeah, I think you probably made the right choice, just to be completely honest with you.
The pool looks nice.
I have a pool at my parents' house. I don't need a pool here.
Look, if I had known we were only an hour away, we would have like driven that direction to eat. Oh no, there are some awesome restaurants in this town.
Yeah, this town's got some killer restaurants.
You guys should come up and go to, what was the name of it?
Josephine's.
Josephine's. A lot
The
of
old bistro we just went to was fire.
Yeah, a lot of the ASOG people went to Josephine's the other night. Kokonis and the Burrises and Tanika went down there. They've got this thing called a peanut butter and jelly. And every single person that listens to a podcast from Tools is going to decide they're coming to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to get a peanut butter and jelly because it's that good.
The filet was fire.
That's some of the best food we've had. Why do you think Pennsylvania has such great food?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously.
We travel all over the country, and I'm telling you, like,
food of anywhere
the
we've ever
best
been.
restaurants, like in one central area, has been Pennsylvania.
Like
The
what kind of
Poconos,
food?
Everywhere we
Everything.
go, the
Yeah.
food is better than it is anywhere else.
When we-
San Diego, Los Angeles, Costa Mesa, like we've not been.
And
some-
the
Okay, the
food
food-
here
the
is
food
better
in-
than that?
Yes,
Now, I will say that San Diego is a 1B. It's still better here.
I mean, yeah.
I have no clue.
I mean, I'm talking.
I am
about,
not in the restaurant business.
I know, but I'm just saying the food is really good. Like I would almost build a shop here just to be able to eat here.
No, I'd go broke.
See, but we're stuck on Thursdays. So Thursday is our Friday. We have
Yeah.
our 4-day work week, and we buy our whole team lunch every Thursday. But we're stuck with like the chains. And
No, you guys
we
aren't
don't,
looking.
we don't really have like don't look at me. We don't have like all the fancy fun restaurants near us.
Dude, you do. You just need to start.
Yeah,
looking.
you're not looking.
They're
How am I finding them? And you
Okay,
guys
well
can.
you gotta understand. We order from like Five Guys, and it's like $200 for lunch. We have so many people.
It was $200 for lunch. It was like $300 for dinner.
Papa Shear
Okay,
ain't got no
Listen.
problem taking care of his people.
He said
Baby.
no Red Lobster when Zarin asked for Red Lobster.
He said no Red Lobster. I'm going to have a talk with him. I thought we raised him better than this.
Yeah.
What is going on up there?
I don't know.
I mean, he's making all those millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just putting them in the bank.
For sure.
And he's not taking anybody out. What? What are you looking at now?
He's
I'm
looking at
just saying
restaurants.
there's some restaurants that look pretty fire to me. I don't know.
Are you looking here or Allentown?
In Allentown.
And Kylie, she's the one who goes to pick up lunch. She's scared to drive places sometimes.
Hey, I'm just going to tell you, this dude decides that we're going downtown Lancaster to eat lunch. You know we're supposed to record at 2?
We thought we'd be able to slip in there and slip out real quick. No, that was not happening at all.
It was graduation day.
Oh,
And very interesting. Very interesting experience. So,
Some interesting looking people. They got
like
a look here in Pennsylvania. Let me tell you. Not you guys, but here. They got a look. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know what camera that's not your camera. This is your camera.
bro, that's why I'm not looking that way. I'm trying to look off into outer space and up to God that like you will figure out somehow to control yourself. Like, I mean,
You need to tell Brett he needs to do these things like right next to the airport. There's an airport in Allentown. Do it in Allentown. There's an airport in Philadelphia. Do it in Philadelphia. Doesn't make sense to do it out in the middle of nowhere.
this is some beautiful country, right?
That's
There's
pretty,
some beautiful areas up here.
yeah.
And I think he will continue to make this event better and better. Are you going to teach here next year?
Probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell us about the classes that you're starting to write right now. I know you're working to bring advisors and CSRs in and begin to teach them the basics, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
So essentially, we'll start with building relationships and communication with clients and personality training and things like that.
Okay.
But I also branch off into individual responsibilities and things. So Peaburg Auto in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, they are close friends of ours.
Okay.
They are hiring a new CSR, and they already asked me about training their CSR. So it is a brand new CSR. They've never been a CSR in the automotive industry before.
Okay.
So I told them I can help them get her established, get her comfortable in the shop.
Okay.
And from there, once she's comfortable, we can start building out program for her.
Gotcha.
But I essentially get to know the shop owner, their processes and everything before I build a program.
Okay.
And that's part of my discovery call to find out if we're even a good fit.
Right.
It's also why we do a discovery conversation with our clients, because if they're looking for the cheapest shop ever, that's not us.
Yeah.
So we're not a good fit. And if a potential client for me is looking for someone who is just going to write an estimate and shove it down their client's throat, that's not me. We won't work well together.
Link. How am I shoving it down the throat?
Dude, I didn't say a word. Just because you're self-conscious doesn't mean you
not
need to get all
self-conscious
upset.
at all.
I didn't look at you.
No, he did.
I know he did.
He looked at me side-eyed.
I was just looking at you to make sure you're still there. So let me ask you this: the accountability piece,
Yes.
right? Because that's a big thing,
Yes.
right? And a lot of trainers out there, they do the training and then they say, okay, go do it, and then the next week they say, hey, okay, we're going to train on this, and then go do it, but there's no follow back to make sure that we're actually doing this. What does accountability look like?
So I have monthly meetings set up with the shop owner or the manager who is responsible for this team member. And I essentially have it written into the program that there is accountability on all sides.
Okay.
So the team member is responsible for showing up and sitting through the meetings and paying attention and participating
Yeah.
and all of that fun stuff. But they also have implementation accountability. They're responsible for that.
Okay.
And the owner or the manager is responsible for monitoring it,
Okay.
because I can't be in every shop everywhere.
For sure.
I can't sit there and watch videos or listen to 17 million phone calls of every
Yeah.
single person. So that's why I have meetings with the owner or the manager so that I can understand how they're doing, what they're struggling with,
Right.
and see what still needs work.
Right.
And every week we have a new meeting. I am kind of rewinding, doubling back to
Right.
how are things going? Are you struggling with anything we've talked about?
Right. Last
Is there
week on
anything?
the Young and Restless, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that needs work? What can I do to help?
Okay.
And then we'll move forward.
Are these one-on-one meetings? Are they okay? So you're
Yes.
going to handle the one-on-one aspect of
Yes.
this and work through with each one.
Yes.
What are the biggest things? What are the biggest mistakes that you're seeing advisors make right now? Because now you're very new, just started out working them through this. What are you seeing as you start talking to these people? What are you seeing mistakes-wise that they're making?
They are not there's a breakdown in communication in the shop. So they are not asking questions to their technician. They're not holding their technicians accountable for filling out their DVI completely. So they don't have all the information. They don't have all the tools to make a confident sale
Yeah.
to their clients. They don't have all the information to educate them properly because they didn't ask any clarifying questions. They don't fully understand what they're selling. So they're not making that sale because they don't know what they're selling.
Right. They don't have any convicting or convincing information to come back with that.
Yeah, they can't
And-
educate.
Right. And, we've been through that in my shop a little bit because that's part of the rule is that, hey, you have to ask. If you look at that repair order and it doesn't make sense to you, it is not going to make sense to the client.
No.
Right. And so I kept catching them. They would go into this and they would say, yep, sure, send it. All right. And they
Would you prefer a longer typed out explanation in the notes or something that's short and concise?
If it's short and concise and it makes sense, I'm fine with that. But
For example, like
if it's-
brake pads
Yeah,
below 5 millimeter, recommend replacement.
that's fine.
Yeah. So
Because-
not a book.
I don't need a book, but if it's like if
Do you
it's
think that maybe putting a book in your notes maybe adds confusion to it?
if
That
it's
eventually, like, this is too much.
it can. So we have, if there's a complicated diagnosis or something like that, that obviously requires more.
You work on European cars. They don't have complicated diagnosis.
Yeah,
God, leaks.
definitely not.
Yeah, there you go. There's your diagnosis.
Leaks, control arm bushings, needs a turbo, needs chains.
Needs all. Well, so what we do is we put very, very complex write-ups in our labor lines. And then in the bottom of the inspection category within Shopware, we have the 5 C's, right? So that's where they put that in. Cause, complaint, correction, all of that is put in the very last one. And it's not going into the testing they did to explain all that. If the client wants to see it, it's there. But over on the side, when it just publishes a rec that says, here's what the concern was, here was the cause, and here's what the correction is, and this is the consequence if you don't fix it, right?
So we have our technicians put supporting evidence, so pictures, videos, things like that in the inspection line of our testing. But all of their test steps and things like that, those will go in like the wrench notes, which are visible to us, but not the clients, because that technician jargon, that technician speech, that makes no sense, and that's more confusing to our clients.
Yeah.
We will transform that into English. That's how we present it to our clients, because say I can't get them on the phone and I do need to send them a link, I can confidently educate them by putting plain English there, and they have the information that they need.
So that's why we put hours in labor lines, because it doesn't expand automatically. I don't have it set to where it expands automatically. So when they open it, they can see the regs, and the regs have the explanation. But to see the write-up, they have to click the down arrow on the labor lines or on that description or item to see all that. So if they ever wanted to see it, I wish wrench notes did what the published notes do, right?
And
to where I
stuck
could
there.
have a row of notes that I can take in and out and whatever I need to do. So it's published in that way. Because what we keep having to do is like they'll go into wrench notes and then I have to expand it and drag it down and look at it and then I have to click on it. And if I want to copy something out of it, it's a whole deal, right?
Yeah.
And so I really wish we could get to the point that we had another bar that had wrench notes like that. I would feel better about it if that was the case. But they do have to document what testing they did. And
That's only because he's got that stupid level 1, level 2, level 3 garbage.
I don't have a level 1, level 2, level 3.
I have like lean system testing. But that's the testing that we're doing. There's a picture of us hooking up the thing, and then there's the leak. Needs intake tube. Done.
Yeah, but I have a level 1 testing, and then after level 1, if we need additional testing, we write what it is needed for the testing, and we just write a test.
Then why do they need to outline what testing they did? You just said that.
Huh?
You
You're building value. So if I'm charging $1,000 for testing, and all I say
Are
is,
you charging $1,000 for testing?
if I need to pull the intake or I need to do something like that, yeah.
Well, then that's R&R intake, though.
No,
No.
that's testing. No wonder your shop frustrates you because you're doing everything wrong.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just telling you, like, the
it's just
labor line
different.
would
It's
be.
not wrong.
I mean, the job title might be whatever, testing or whatever, but it'd be R&R intake with gaskets and all. It'd be a job.
How do you build value for your clients? How do they know what's involved in R&R intake?
Here's the thing. Turns out they don't care.
Mine
You're
do.
like, well, yours do because you're in Pennsylvania, and have you seen the people around here? I'm saying that in Kansas City. In Kansas City, they don't read. Listen,
Do they know how to read? Do you know
I don't
how
know
to
that
read?
they know how to
very,
read.
very eclectic client base.
Here's the thing. I think we'd be better off if we sent them our DVI and 30-second TikToks. 30-second TikToks with the music and like the AI and busted car be like, and then like, do
you have a shop TikTok?
and all that.
This is what you need to be training. This would change and revolutionize the industry overnight. Can you make 30-second TikToks?
I think they would pay more attention to it. People don't read it. They just look. If we have to get into, hey, I got to disassemble to get testing. I mean, you guys work on European cars, so I don't know about European cars, but in general, for the most part, like I've got a diagnostician that can pretty much figure out whatever without disassembly. I cannot remember the last time he had to diagnose something that required extensive disassembly. He gets around it. For example, like we've got something internal to the engine or whatever. I mean, he'll put the pressure transducer in there. He captures the wave and he goes, see this little squirrel right here? It's a broken rocker. And then that's it. I don't disassemble
jack.
jack.
You know what I think happens? I think Brandon says, I could tell Dave
He's not
that I
wrong.
was going to disassemble something and listen to him whine and complain for the next hour and 22 minutes.
No, we'd sell
Or-
it. We'd 100% sell it. If I had to take the intake manifold off to expose whatever, to show that this thing's leaking, whatever, I would 100% sell it. I'm just saying that I just cannot remember the last time we ran into a situation where he couldn't figure it out with the lab scope, or he couldn't figure it out with the lab scope and needed to actually disassemble. It just doesn't happen.
You must be working on something different than me is all I'm going to say.
I'm saying that you need better diagnosticians.
I'll
That
tell
Eric's
Eric-
not that good. I'm saying Eric's not that good. He needs to maybe talk to Brandon instead of talking to that other guy.
What other guy?
He calls the other guy to jibber jabber about F1 instead of, I don't know, calling Brandon and, hey, I need to diag this. How do I do it with the scope and nothing else? I'm saying my texts are better than yours. That's all I'm saying.
I don't doubt it for a minute. To be able to put up with you, these mofos have the
I'm not even there. I'm not even there. I'm not there.
Bro, if you were there, they would have quit 2 years ago.
Exactly. So I don't show up.
Could you imagine? I mean, seriously.
Here's what we do. Now, if we do have to charge $1,000 for testing, there are like 5 different tests on there. So they'll be like in completely different separate systems. Maybe a cat efficiency code, cooling fan, circuit malfunction, ABS code, and airbag code. Okay, so that's going to be $175, $200, $150, $125. By the time you add everything up, it's $1,000. Now that'll happen. To find a particular product, I've never charged $8,000 for a test. I've charged $1,000 for 4 or 5 different tests, and like we call it whatever testing, like circuit testing, cooling fan, and there'll be like little notes in there on the labor lines in Shopware, right? You put it on there, like we're going to check for power supply, grounding, signal. Then there'll be a little section for some pictures when he takes the pictures with his equipment hooked up, and then that's it.
I would love to show you one of my invoices.
You can send it to me. Send me a link. I'll take a look at it.
Sounds good.
It's like, I'll do that, but you first have to do a discovery call, and then you have to sign up with us, and then do it for free.
I wish you would do that. I really do. I think that would change things.
Hey, if I hire a CSR, why wouldn't I hire her?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to train them.
God, I would.
I think they would quit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Quit you?
No, quit you.
you.
Me?
Yeah. If you trained them.
I have employees, you know. It's not like I run them all off.
But a CSR? That's a new position.
He's had a CSR once. It was a very turbulent time.
Who?
The chick that worked for you? She wasn't an
Heather?
Yeah.
Heather worked for me for years. Are you kidding me? We still talk. She's awesome.
She is. I didn't say
she was driving like an hour and a half to work every single day. That's what, like, she's like, I can't keep doing this.
To work for you?
Yeah. See? Thank you. Exactly.
That face is all that needs to be said. You know what caused this? David never drinks coffee, okay? And he had a cup of black coffee in a French restaurant before we came back here. And he mixed it with his meringue and custard and caramel.
No, it was creme anglaise. Creme anglaise, and then it was meringue with freeze-dried raspberries on top and floating on top of creme anglaise. It was delicious. And then black coffee. The coffee wasn't that good. I figured the French restaurant would have like really good coffee.
Now, see how he can be positive about that.
Yeah.
It was like, meh. It was mid coffee. I was a little disappointed in the coffee. But the rest of it was good. The bread was fire. And the French onion soup. Apparently his wife just makes some French onion soup on a Tuesday because it's Tuesday. Like from scratch. Like not the packets. From scratch. Just makes it. I don't get French onion soup. So I said, I got to figure out how to make this. This is really good. And you're like, what do you mean? You don't get those on Tuesdays? No, I don't, Lucas. Jerk. And apparently I got to like lick the bowl. He's like, you going to eat the cheese off the bowl? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you can't just leave it there. I didn't know that you're supposed to like take the cheese off the side of the bowl. I ate what was inside the bowl.
But the cheese was on the outside of the bowl. You can't just leave cheese.
I don't know.
This is my life. Can you believe someone would leave cheese on the outside of the French
I
onion
picked some
soup
of
bowl?
it off. I mean, at some point you're like, why am I picking cheese off the side of a bowl? This is stupid. It needed more bread, though. I needed more crusty bread to dip into the soup.
Yeah.
It was fire. It's good.
Sam, I'm just going to tell you that the last episode of every event is always like this. Always.
Like what? What are you talking about? We're covering good material here. She's like, hey, we're going to shift to relationship selling, which is going to circumvent AI. The AI shops are going to be shop fix shops. I don't know. Because they're going to fire all their service advisors and just go straight to kiosk AI.
That's not I mean, listen, for them, that's not a bad idea. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for their business model,
Yeah.
just show up. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
I hate that. He loves that.
I love
like,
that.
he goes to the grocery store, he uses self-checkout.
No. Whoa. I don't even go to the grocery store. I order my groceries online, and then Walmart just drops them off at my house.
Yeah, because you don't have to see anyone. You just do it on your phone.
On my computer, click.
But I liked it. Like,
And it eventually
I
got to
like
the point
to
where
shop
Walmart
around.
has like a list of, I buy the same things. Like, I don't need to go, like, I need to try new cereal. No. I get the same milk, cereal, eggs.
Is this
like cold cuts,
Is
bread?
this why you are the way that you are?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Is it what do you? I don't know what you mean. Do you go in there just to look around and be like, I'm going to try this new cereal?
I go in to talk to people. I like talking to people.
Okay, I don't
No,
do
you
that.
do not.
but-
That's weird. That's just weird. Also, your wife doesn't like you talking to people at the Walmarts. You guys are trying to shop. You got randos walking up to you asking you diesel questions. You've told the story before. She doesn't like it.
She doesn't like me either, but
She makes you French onion soup. Okay, then.
you're the cook in your house. It's not my fault.
That's true. But, so I'm going to learn how to make this French onion soup because it was really good. I just never ordered French onion soup. I was just impressed by it. I don't know.
Do you order French onion soup?
No.
You know what French onion soup is,
Yeah,
though, right? Okay.
We were at a French restaurant. Like, why wouldn't I order French onion soup? It was like a little bistro thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted the French onion soup.
It was very embarrassing. Okay. So one of the rules in my shop is like I try to make sure people know where they're going. Like you go to a place like this. Okay. One of my greatest beefs is I go into a hotel and I don't know where to check in. And I can't figure out like which way to go to get to my rooms. Like it makes me anxious and I don't like that. This place is a disaster. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like I can't even believe that this place is in business as bad as it is. Like this is horrible. Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, getting around to the,
Like there are people like staying here. You will listen to people walking up down the hallways at night saying, "I can't figure out where we're at. Where are we supposed to go? This doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
Right? It's terrible.
Right? They need a different numbering system. And it's the different floors, too, because you were like, I'm on the second floor, right? No, now you walked too far out this way, so now you're on the first floor, and there's 3 floors
There
above
are
you.
so many different hallways and places to go.
Yeah.
Like room 622 for the women's
Yeah.
social hour thing is on like the second floor. Why is 622 on the second floor?
Right.
But in the elevator, it was floor 1.
See, that's what I'm saying. This makes no sense. This place is so confusing. It is not as bad as where it was when it was at the. Did you ever go to the Nate calls it the
calamari?
Were you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and David one night, it's super late. We're tired. It's the night we got in. We're all exhausted. We've been to another show. Everybody's completely beat, right? And like we're walking down this hallway, and then I'm not positive what happened across from him. I just know that my key was not working in the door, and that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dude opens the door, and he's like, "Oh man, it happens all the time. You're in the wrong hall. Go to the other side over there."
Yeah, you know how I had 2
miles later.
wings?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had gone to the wrong wing. Yeah. That's the thing.
No.
I like that place.
I did too. It was a little dark, a little dingy.
It wasn't dingy. There was a good water park. You could bring your whole family.
Did you go on the water slides?
I didn't, but my kids liked it. Like I brought my kids out. And the restaurants, the best. Not at the place, but the little restaurants out there.
Poconos they have really good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Everywhere in Pennsylvania we've been, we've got really good food.
No, Harrisburg was meh.
Yeah, Harrisburg was kind of meh. But I mean, we're what, 20 minutes from Harrisburg? So you could always drive up here?
We're like 40 minutes away from Harrisburg.
It took me 20 minutes.
I don't know.
Because I don't drive like an asshole. I'm sorry.
I don't drive like an asshole. I just drive fast.
I drive distracted. I can't drive fast.
You've tried.
No. Distracted. I'm playing with my phone. I like to turn on the, hey, keep me in the lane and stop the cars before I hit something. I love those functions. They're great. So I can play on my phone even more. I tell my wife, she freaks out, and I'm like, the car's going to stop.
My husband has a Tesla, so he can do like the autopilot stuff. I don't like it.
No, I still need to be able to. I just
Well,
need to
he still
know if
pays
I'm
attention,
driving
but-
off the. Yeah, I couldn't do the complete self.
You have to like put your hands on the wheel every once in a while.
Have you seen the videos of the guys that like they tape a soda can to the steering wheel and they're like completely hands off?
No.
The car can't tell the difference. Yeah.
Are you guys doing calibrations now? Really?
Yep.
What calibration machine are you using?
Autel.
Yeah. I think I remember him saying that he was going to go with
Autel.
Autel. Very cool. What are you seeing as far as adoption of that in the shop? Are you doing a lot of calibrations?
So we have started educating more about ADOS.
Okay.
So like we just had a car care clinic in spring car care month.
Okay.
I don't remember which month it is.
Right.
We had a car care clinic and we had the targets out. We had the system out, set up with a car and explained what it is, why we do it, things like that. And when we get the education out there and we talk about it more, there's a lot of times I talk about it before someone even gets their car in.
Yeah.
I just realize how new it is and that once I get to know them, I'm like, you have no clue what your car has. But anytime we have bumpers off, alignments, anything that requires a calibration gets a calibration.
Right.
And I think we've had pushback like once.
Okay. So that was my next question, because around me, I've got a dealer who's doing it for completely free, right? And so they roll because they had to buy the equipment anyway. And they're like, we just don't want to fight the uphill battle of having to explain it. So we just don't charge. We pay the tech. We go on about our way. We do it for free. And then there's other shops who are telling them like, hey, you don't actually need that. You just need an alignment. You're fine. And so like, how do you counter that in that instance? Like, what are you doing to counter it? I mean, I know you've only had pushback one time. What's your go-to?
We just explain how the system works, why any minor adjustment of the camera, the radar sensor, whatever it might be, how any minor adjustment of that can affect the way that your lane keep and stop before I hit the car in front of me operates.
Right.
That could be dangerous for you. It can be dangerous for the people around you. It can affect the way that your brakes wear, your tires wear.
Yeah,
It can affect everything.
for sure.
And once we explain to them and educate on their vehicle in a way that is important to them.
It's just not a thing.
Yeah.
We earlier today we had Ken Miller on, and Ken Miller is the president of AASP New Jersey, and Ken is a collision shop owner. And Ken pointed out that he had a 2024 Honda vehicle come in. Right now in the collision space, I know you know this, but in the collision space there are mandatory inspections.
Yes.
And so they do a repair, and the manufacturer says you have to inspect A, B, C, and D. His text came to him and said, hey, Ken, this thing, we put a bumper cover on it. Like, we don't really need to inspect it. Like, there's not any damage. There's no reason to inspect all this stuff. And Ken said, no, this is the process. We're going to follow the process no matter what. We don't, like, it doesn't matter. We're getting paid for it. We're following the process. And so they go through the process, and he takes the pillars off the inside. You know when we figured this out? You know when we heard this story for the first time? When we're eating at that big buffet up there that your dad took us all to. I just had to rub that in, sorry.
That I wasn't invited to.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up. I didn't.
It hurt my feelings.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
I didn't know you all were there either.
Yeah.
I thought he was
everybody-
just taking our
everybody was
text, too.
talking this place up like it was the best.
It's not that
ever.
great. I go for breakfast like on a birthday because you get a birthday meal for free. But like the breakfast is much better than the dinner.
Yeah.
That place is huge, and there were a lot of people there. David does not do well in large crowds.
It was chaos.
It is.
The sweet potatoes were good. I don't know that I would drive all the way out. And that was the other thing. It took us like, what, 35 minutes to get out there?
Yeah.
That wasn't worth it. Like, we could have gone 10 minminutes over to Lancaster and had a fire meal. 35 minutes to go to a
It was taking us
buffet.
25 minutes to park in Lincoln.
I know.
But so Ken tells his guys, you have to disassemble this. And so they go through the process of disassembling it, and they've cut the seatbelt retractors, and they've cut the wires on the seatbelt and put resistors in place. And this is a brand new car, right? It was wrecked less than 1,000 miles ago, and this other shop did this, right? And I can't help but think that we have a lot of people in our industry who are absolutely not interested in doing the right thing. How are you going to counter that? Because as an educator, as a trainer, obviously you want to work with the right shops doing the right thing. You also want to swing the industry in a positive direction.
Absolutely.
Right? And so that means you have to work with some people who may not fully buy in just yet, right? Because if you really want to shift the industry, you got to work with the people who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
How do you think we counter that in education through something like what you're doing?
So a lot of how we are able to get our point across is through storytelling.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect story for Ken to use when he is dealing with pushback from a technician or a client or whoever it may be from.
Right.
He has a story and he can talk about why it's important, even if it might feel unimportant.
Right.
We had a client who had bought an Acura. It was off of Marketplace, and it had like 10,000 miles on it. He didn't know until, I don't know, a week before he finally brought it into us that it was a salvage title.
Oh, snap.
And he had all these, like, all the ADOS warnings.
Right.
They kept coming up in his dashboard. And he's like, well, I know it was in at the dealer. They told me everything's fine. And then it just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And a shop down the street from us that didn't have ADOS equipment was like, it just needs a calibration. Shearers has the equipment. Go there for a calibration.
Was it Adam Rath?
It was not Adam. But I was like, something about the story he was telling me just didn't feel right. So we started with our evaluation. We look up and half the stuff is not put together properly. This should not have passed the inspection after it was totaled.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Right.
Because things weren't put back together right. The frame was like incompletely there.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is going to affect the way that the car drives and the ADAS systems and things like that. And so that's a story that we now have
to be able to provide that.
Talk about things with ADAS.
Right.
And we essentially were like, yeah, you need to go back to that person who sold you that car.
Yeah, unfortunately, chances are they ain't going to do nothing.
They won't,
They may not even be there anymore.
Yeah, I'll have to assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for being here. Oh,
Of course. Yeah.
How can people find you?
So on social media, it is ShiftPoint Academy.
Okay.
And I have my website is shiftpointacademy.com.
Awesome.
All of my contact information is there, as well as program information.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am.